Here's our buoy tent update for Thursday, August 10th. Today was a really fun day. It was the Fish Like a Girl tournament the first day, and it was really cool to see all these women out here trying to enjoy the day, and honestly, it was pretty nice weather day too. Now the wind never really picked up, the sun never came out, but we had whales all over the place. You know, they were fluking, they were breaching. It was really cool to see a lot of whales here, which also meant a lot of bait. And when you're fishing around a lot of bait, it's tough to be one in a million options for these fish. However, we did find a few biters that wanted to play too. Kind of run down on my program that I ran here today. I started out at the church, ended up down below checkerboard on the outgo. Right at low slack, we pushed all the way out to buoy 10. And then as the tide started coming in, we kicked out of buoy 10 and went over to checkerboard. Well, so we hooked 2 or 3 fish at church. We hooked 2 or 3 fish there at the bottom end of the spoils below checkerboard on the last part of the outgo. We hooked 4 or 5 fish out there at buoy 10, but that bite was slow. You know, only seeing 8-10 fish caught out there at buoy 10 is really slow bite. We kicked back over to checkerboard, had 4 or 5 bites there, and got a couple fish out of that. All in all, it was scratch fishing. You know, just everywhere you went, every move you made, there were a couple of bites, but the fish were biting a little bit funky and they were coming off a lot. So that made it a little bit frustrating, but again, all in all, it was a really fun day. We ended up keeping 2 Chinook, turned 1 back, lost a bunch of coho at the side of the boat, which actually, that's cool. There were a lot of coho that were coming in today, so that's very encouraging to see, especially this early in the season. At buoy 10, that's all that I saw caught were all coho. We marked a few, lost a couple coho at the side of the boat, so that's awesome. The guys out in the ocean are still catching them. Here they come. This A-run coho should really help us out a lot here at buoy 10, because frankly, what makes buoy 10 a special fishery are those A-run coho, those earlier coho, because yeah, we're going to catch Chinook, but what keeps the rods folding over day in and day out are the coho. So hopefully they just keep flushing in and our bite numbers increase every single day from here on out. So I've had a lot of questions about how to rig up anchovy and kind of what's been working. First, a breakdown of what worked for us today. Again, it was the red October flasher with a green hoochie in behind it. That was just dirty. I got 90% of our bites today. It might have just been dumb luck, but that's what happened. We're running anchovies. I immediately put them into the Bright and Bright here today just because I wanted to make sure they were toughened up, and then we're even using a sabiki rig to catch a few more. So here is our gear that worked, and then I'm also going to show you how I rigged up one of these anchovies, if I can figure out a way to set the phone up. So first, that red October flasher. This is the same one right here. This is one that I personally make up myself. I know Fishfield had just dropped off about 10 of them over there, so they might still have a few left, but frankly I think it was just a red flasher deal, so I bet you could run the Yakima Bait BMK. That would probably work really well. So this is going to have a similar look to it. So again, anything red, that one went really well, and it was our shallow rods. Our shallow rods got bit, whether it was at 16 feet in shallower water or 30 feet when we're in 50 feet of water. The shallow rods got bit best, even on the outgoing tide. For there, had a lot of questions about the, see if I can prop my phone up right here. Maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So I had a lot of questions about the spacing on my hooks. So I'm running 3 3/0 in triplet here, and they all have 2 finger spacing. Right there, 2 fingers in between each hook. And then the way I'm rigging these up, I'm grabbing my anchovy here. Again, I had it in that Bright and Bright Complete, just the natural shine. And I didn't add anything into it this time. When I was out in the ocean, I added some anise to it. Today, I don't know if I just want to try something different or what, but I didn't add any anise to it here today. Then, what I'm doing with my anchovy is on the bottom down there, you see like the bottom of their mouth. Their mouths, they're going to open pretty wide. And if you don't keep that mouth closed, it's going to prevent your bait from spinning. So we keep the mouth closed, take your top hook, and we run it. See if how close I can get it here. We run it through the bottom jaw and out through the top of the head. So I can show that there. There you go. So bottom of the jaw, out through the top of the head. Sorry, my phone is a little bit blurry. It got wet today. Okay, now my middle hook, the second one, that is what's going to create our bend on our bait. So I'm going to put this hook about mid bait back here. That's what's going to create the bend. So I'll do that here and then I'll show it to you. So curl my bait up, see how much bend I want to give it. Faster current, less bend, slower current, more bend. Put that in. If I can, there we go. Got it, okay. And the lead hook came out. Barbless hooks, lead hook came out. There you go. So now you can see the bend in my bait right there. So that would be a perfect bait for slower troll speeds. It's probably a little bit much for, say, fishing out there at Buoy 10 where you're nosed in that 4 or 5 knot current. So that's it. And then this tail hook just trails back here. And then along with that red October flasher, again, tomorrow it could be totally different. But I'm going to tie up a few more here tonight and see if it is maybe some semblance of a pattern. But I used this 3-inch fish field hoochie here and just put that on top. We ran a bunch of different colors, but this rod just kept getting bit over and over and over again. So right place, right time, right fish. Dumb luck, I don't know. I just know it didn't hurt. So the 3-inch fish field hoochie, triple 3/0 hooks, anchovy, and the Briner Bright with the red October flasher. And again, frankly, any red flasher would probably work. That BMK is really close to what the red October looks like. So if you can't find the red October, look for that BMK. That's probably going to be a good bet for you. So that's a few days in a row where red flashes have worked, which is interesting because at the beginning of the season it was all chartreuse. That's all I could get bit on was the chartreuse flashers. So that is pretty much our update for today. Hopefully that answered a few questions about how to rig up your herring. You can also do that, or excuse me, your anchovy, but you can also do that with your herring. It works the exact same way. The reason why I run anchovies over herring is because the herring tend to have a little bit softer top part of their head. They don't last as long. And also most of the bait in here is the anchovy, match the hatch. So that's my personal thought on it, but I do know guys do quite well on herring, even cup-like herring. So hopefully it helps you guys, and we will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with more fish, because today was okay, not great. Tides are getting smaller. We should start seeing some more. Okay, I'm out of here. Later.